Welcome back to the Rustic Planters, your cozy corner for all things home garden design. Today, we're diving into a breathtaking transformation, an elegant Oriental garden makeover, accented with rustic charm and vintage flair. Whether you're dreaming of Zen-inspired serenity or old-world charm, you're in the right place. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you never miss an update. Give this video a thumbs up if you love garden makeovers, and leave a comment below with your favorite element from today's transformation. We love hearing from you. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and enjoy this journey through elegant design, cultural inspiration, and rustic landscaping beauty. Let's dive into the transformation and show you how East meets rustic West. Before a single stone was laid or bamboo stalk planted, we spent time planning the core concept. The idea was to combine Oriental garden aesthetics, like balance, symbolism, and serenity, with rustic materials such as aged wood, stone, and weathered metal. We created a mood board featuring Japanese rock gardens, Chinese moon gates, and aged teak benches. Natural harmony was at the heart of every design decision. The challenge? Merging two distinct styles without either overpowering the other. That's where subtle design choices and carefully sourced materials came into play. The original garden space was cluttered, uneven, and overgrown with mismatched plants. It lacked a clear flow, and most of the elements competed for attention rather than complementing each other. We began by removing invasive plants and old pavers, creating a blank canvas to work from. This was a critical phase to ensure every new addition had space to breathe and resonate. It was hard to say goodbye to some of the old elements, but sometimes a fresh start is the best way to bring harmony into a space. Oriental gardens emphasize movement and flow, both physically and spiritually. We introduced winding gravel paths with stepping stones made from reclaimed slate and granite. Each curve in the pathway was intentional, inviting visitors to slow down and engage with their surroundings. These soft turns create a sense of discovery around every corner. To enhance the rustic feel, we used natural jute edging and let moss creep in between the stones for an aged, lived-in look. The centerpiece of Tranquility, the Zen Rock Garden. This area features raked white gravel, arranged stones, and minimalist foliage, designed for meditation and peace. We placed 3 large boulders to represent heaven, earth, and humanity, an important symbolic layout in traditional Zen design. Around the garden, we planted dwarf pines and ornamental grasses to bring softness and frame the space without overwhelming. To honor the element of water, we installed a bamboo fountain, also known as a shirshirodoshi. The rhythmic clacking adds an audible texture to the serene surroundings. We used old whiskey barrels to form the base, infusing rustic character into the scene. The contrast between flowing water and weathered wood creates a timeless balance. It's a small feature, but it brings immense life to the space. Birds love it, and so do we. Bamboo plays a key role in Oriental gardens, symbolizing strength and resilience. We added a grove of clumping bamboo along the fence line for privacy and movement. To give it a rustic twist, we built a trellis from reclaimed barnwood. The warm hues of the wood complemented the green bamboo and added vertical interest. We trained climbing hydrangea and clematis to meander across the trellis, adding softness and seasonal blooms. No Oriental-inspired garden is complete without a dramatic entrance. We constructed a moon gate using salvaged stone and wrought iron with a rust patina. The circular opening is symbolic of unity and perfection, while the rustic materials tie it back to the vintage theme. It acts as a portal, not just between spaces, but between worlds, welcoming you into a sanctuary of stillness. Subtle lighting adds magic to any garden. We chose solar-powered lanterns styled after traditional Japanese stone lamps, nestled among rocks and plants. For rustic touches, we incorporated Edison bulb string lights draped across the pergola and along the fence. Their warm glow adds cozy charm in the evenings. The lighting wasn't just for aesthetics. It also defines the space and allows for nighttime enjoyment. We created multiple seating zones throughout the garden, each with its own purpose: meditation, conversation, and contemplation. Our main bench was crafted from aged railroad ties, polished but still rugged. It rests beneath a cherry blossom tree for dappled shade in spring. A smaller seating nook near the fountain features vintage iron chairs and a ceramic table, perfect for tea and reflection. Texture was a driving factor in this garden makeover. Smooth pebbles, rough wood, soft moss, and coarse gravel all play off one another. We also used contrast in color: deep forest greens with rusted reds, pale limestone with black volcanic rock. It's dynamic without being overwhelming. These contrasts help each element stand out, while still contributing to the overall harmony of the garden. Oriental gardens are rich in symbolism. We brought in pagoda statues to symbolize sacred mountains and peace. A small stone turtle near the water feature represents longevity, while a pair of crane sculptures symbolize fidelity and grace. These pieces were chosen not just for their beauty, but for the deeper stories they tell. We used vintage planters to add character throughout the space. Old teapots, clay jars, and metal tins became unexpected homes for succulents and bonsai. Each planter told its own story. Some were flea market finds, others passed down from family. This mix added soul to the overall garden. Arranged in clusters, they became living art displays that invite closer inspection. A rustic pergola created structure and shade over one of the main paths. We built it from reclaimed cedar with hand-carved brackets. From its beams, we hung oriental wind chimes, vintage lanterns, and silk tassels in deep reds and golds. The sound and movement from these hanging pieces brought the garden to life with every breeze. To keep the garden visually interesting year-round, we carefully planned for seasonal variation. In spring, cherry blossoms and azaleas bloom. In summer, lotus and lilies take over the water feature. Come autumn, Japanese maples blaze in reds and golds. Even in winter, evergreen bamboo and moss keep the garden green and alive. Scent and sound were just as important as sight. We planted jasmine, gardenia, and lavender near seating areas for soft, calming fragrances. Bamboo leaves rustling, water trickling, and chimes ringing created a multi-sensory experience. Together, these elements help the garden become a truly immersive retreat. The garden was also designed to welcome wildlife. Bird feeders and water baths attract feathered friends. We included native pollinator plants to support bees and butterflies, integrating nature into every corner. It was heartwarming to see life return to the space almost immediately after completion. We added carefully chosen art pieces throughout. Nothing flashy, just subtle, weathered, and symbolic. A small Buddha statue sits behind the Zen garden. Vintage wind bells hang under the eaves. A dragon carving guards the pond. Each piece invites interpretation, mystery, and mindfulness. Privacy enhances the sense of peace. We used vertical bamboo screens, vintage doors, and evergreen hedges to create cozy enclosures. The garden now feels like its own world, separated from the outside chaos. These barriers didn't just block views, they created emotional boundaries for rest and reflection. As the sun sets, the garden changes. Warm light bounces off stone, lanterns glow, and shadows stretch gracefully. The space becomes intimate, perfect for evening tea or quiet reflection under the stars. The rustic charm becomes even more pronounced at night, creating a fairy tale-like atmosphere. To keep a space like this looking great, we recommend weekly gravel raking, monthly pruning, and seasonal plant refreshes. Check your rustic elements for wear, which should be sealed yearly and metal treated to preserve its patina. And of course, spend time in your garden. It's easier to care for a space you love and use often. We hope you enjoyed this elegant Oriental garden makeover with rustic features. It's a space where ancient beauty meets vintage soul, and we're so proud to share it with you. If you found inspiration in today's video, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Rustic Planters. Your support means the world to us and helps this community grow. Thanks for watching, and remember, great gardens don't just grow, they're designed with love. See you in the next video.